Why is saying no so hard? Ever agreed to something you didn't want? Just to avoid guilt. What if I told you there's a way to say no confidently without feeling bad? Let's find out how. Hello my amazing friends, welcome back to Simple English Made Easy. I'm Elingo, your guide to learning English in a fun and simple way. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that affects us all, the art of saying no without feeling guilty. Imagine this, you are at a gathering and someone asks you to help with a project you really don't want to do. You feel that pressure to say yes, but deep down you know it's not right for you. So how do you say no without feeling bad about it? Let's explore this together. Let's start by understanding why saying no is important. When you say no, you're protecting your time, energy, and priorities. It's okay to put yourself first sometimes. Remember that saying no doesn't mean being rude. In fact, it shows respect for yourself and for others. When you say no, you're telling others that your time and energy are valuable, and you won't waste them on things that aren't important to you. This helps you build healthier relationships, and when you do choose to help in the future, you'll be doing it wholeheartedly. By saying no to things that drain you, you make space for things that nourish your soul. Setting clear boundaries helps you maintain healthy relationships and prevent burnout. Saying no can also lead to personal growth. When you start to set boundaries and prioritize your own needs, you become more aware of what truly matters to you. This self-awareness can help you make better decisions in all areas of your life. From work to relationships, it encourages you to reflect on your values and goals, helping you to align your actions with what you genuinely want. Moreover, mastering the art of saying no can empower you in various aspects of life. It teaches you to communicate assertively, a skill that is valuable not only in personal situations but also in professional environments. Employers and colleagues often respect those who can express their needs and limits clearly, leading to better teamwork and collaboration. I remember a time when I felt overwhelmed by too much commitments. I was saying yes to everything, and it started to affect my health. One day I decided to say no to an extra project at work. It felt scary at first, but it turned out to be a freeing experience. I had more time to focus on my own well-being. So, think about it. When was the last time you felt overwhelmed by saying yes? Now let's talk about why we often feel guilty when we say no. Understanding these feelings can help us overcome them and become more confident in our decisions. Here are a few common reasons. 1. We worry that others will be upset with us if we say no. This fear can be particularly strong when it comes to friends, family, or colleagues. We often want to be seen as helpful and supportive, and thought of disappointing someone can weigh heavily on our minds. It's important to remember that everyone has their own needs and that it's perfectly normal for them to understand when you cannot accommodate theirs. In many cultures, there is a strong emphasis on being agreeable. We may feel that we should always help others or accept invitations, even when we don't want to. This societal pressure can make it challenging to assert our own boundaries. We might fear that saying no will label us as selfish or uncaring. However, it's crucial to recognize that setting boundaries doesn't make you a bad person. It simply means you're taking care of yourself. Sometimes we believe that our value is tied to how much we can do for others. If we say no, we might feel like we are not living up to our potential or that we are failing to meet expectations. This feeling can stem from past experiences where we were praised for being helpful or from a desire to fit in. Over time, this mindset can lead to burnout and resentment. It's vital to understand that your worth is not solely determined by how much you give. It comes from being true to yourself and respecting your own needs. Saying no can sometimes lead to conflict, which many people try to avoid. We may worry that our response will create tension in our relationships or lead to arguments. This fear can be paralyzing, causing us to agree to things we don't want to do just to keep the peace. However, avoiding conflict is not always the best solution. Healthy relationships can handle disagreements, and expressing your needs can actually strengthen your connections with others. After saying no, we might replay the situation in our minds questioning if we made the right choice. This overthinking can lead to a feeling of guilt and self-doubt. We may ask ourselves, did I handle that correctly? Or should I have said yes? It's important to challenge these thoughts and remind ourselves that we made the best decision based on our feeling at that moment. By recognizing these reasons for feeling guilty, we can start to shift our perspective. It's essential to practice self-compassion and remind ourselves that saying no is a healthy and necessary part of maintaining our well-being. The more we understand our feelings, the easier it becomes to navigate the challenges of setting boundaries. What's one situation where you felt guilty for saying no? Write it down or think about it, and let's find solutions together in the next section. So, how can we say no in a kind and confident way? Here are some tips that can help you navigate these conversations while minimizing your guilt. Use clear language when you decline a request. Instead of saying, I'll think about it, try saying, I can't help with that right now. Being straightforward not only makes your response easier for the other person to understand, but also helps you feel more confident in your decision. Remember, you don't need to provide a lengthy explanation or justification for your choice. A simple no is often enough. If possible, suggest someone else who might be able to help or propose a different time when you could assist. This shows that you care about the person's request but also reinforces your boundaries. For example, you might say, I can't take this on right now, but have you considered asking Sarah? Focus on expressing your feeling rather than placing blame. For example, you could say, I feel overwhelmed right now, so I can't take on more tasks. This approach communicates your situation without making the other person feel guilty for asking. Understand that your needs and limits are just as important as anyone else's. By practicing assertiveness, you'll build confidence over time. And I have a challenge for you. Think of a situation this week where you can practice saying no. How will you do it? Share your plan with someone for support. It's also important to remember that not everyone will react positively when you say no. Some people may feel offended or disappointed, but that's okay. Their reaction is not your responsibility. By maintaining your stance and being respectful, you are modeling healthy behavior for others. When you set a boundary, you're teaching people how to treat you, and over time, they may come to appreciate your honesty and the clarity you bring to your relationships. Additionally, if someone reacts negatively, it's essential to stay calm and composed. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that you made the decision based on your needs. You don't have to change your mind just because someone else is upset. If needed, kindly reiterate your decision to help them understand your perspective. If the conversation becomes uncomfortable, it's perfectly acceptable to excuse yourself. Healthy relationships can handle disagreements, and expressing your needs can ultimately strengthen those connections. Lastly, practicing saying no can be a gradual process. Start small by declining minor requests that don't align with your priorities. As you become more comfortable, you can tackle bigger situations. Remember, each time you practice, you're reinforcing the idea that your needs are important. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small they may seem, and recognize the positive impact it has on your well-being. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, saying no is a valuable skill that can help you lead a happier, healthier life. It's okay to prioritize your needs and set boundaries. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to check out my other videos on Simple English Made Easy. You'll find tips on improving your English, managing stress, and building better habits. Who knows, the next video might be just what you need today. Until next time, take care, be kind to yourself, and keep learning. See you in the next episode.